Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah.
That doesn't like translate over.
Right.
You're fucking, this is crazy. Thank you so much for doing this.
Of course, I should move this until they start paying us, right?
Yeah.
You get the nutrition information.
I was never a caffeine person, but now I'm addicted to it.
Oh, dude, I've always been I'm addicted to everything. I've almost been a caffeine person, whatever, any mood altering substances, bring them on at this point.
I was always like, I can't be a stoner and drink caffeine because one brings you down, one brings you up. Now I'm just an addict.
Yeah,
but that's where I'm at now.
Those level you off.
I was like, damn, coffee tastes good if you put a lot of sugar in it.
Well, my wife drinks straight black coffee like it looks like Quaker State oil in the thing.
No.
And she teases me all the time. She's like, that's like a coffee milkshake. Dude, will you shut that door? I know we're in the middle of podcasting already, but it's like I'm hearing the echo down the hall.
Oh,
This very fancy shit on the wall supposed to.
You care more about the look of this than I do.
I do.
This is called Bucked Up for a reason. Like, I just show up. People like Grammy award winning rappers, I'll show up to their studio with like the webcam. They'll think I have like a team with me.
Oh, really?
Stuff. Yeah. I've pulled up to like, I plugged into that one.
Yeah.
I pulled up to like trap houses by myself and stuff.
Dude, I'm so fascinated by you. When you asked me to do this, I was like, yeah, but I'm going to be asking you questions the whole time. I'm so fascinated by you just going to these like places that you wouldn't think you would want to go to, and you're interviewing some of the biggest name. I mean, people who aren't big rap fans maybe wouldn't get it, but like you're interviewing some of the biggest names right now, and you're just like rolling up in what do you drive, a Toyota Corolla? What?
Subaru Forester.
Of course, it's
with a bike rack on the top.
You probably got it as a discount off your aunt. She was about to trade it in, and you're like, yo, I'll cut the grass. I'll cut the grass for like 2 years, and you give me your Subaru Outback.
I used to have a Jeep Wrangler before that.
Yeah.
And I was such a Jeep guy. Mm-hmm. Like, it just worked for me. Like, I blasted rap music. I wore like whatever. And that's fine. But hopping out of a Subaru Forester, I just look like I'm driving my mom's car.
It sets the bar low. So they're like, oh, this fucking... Are we allowed to curse on this?
Yeah.
Of course. It's a rap podcast.
Yeah, exactly. You can curse.
They're just like, this dork. And then you are knowledgeable about rap, so they're probably like, oh man, you're kind of like what's that guy? You're not as on the spectrum as that dude. Anwar?
Nardwar? Yeah, I do get that a lot. Someone commented, damn, it's like Nardwar got fat.
Oh, little bastards.
It's like,
no. Oh, yes.
But I was always on this path. Like, all right, not to do like a shameless plug for you, but you're doing the Wilbur.
Yep.
And you already did the Wilbur.
Please do shameless
But you're
plug.
Doing the Wilbur, what, June 24th?
Yeah, but
I can't believe I pulled that date out of my ass.
I know. I've only been posting it every single day for the last friggin' 6 months.
But when I was 13 years old, my dad took me to see Wu-Tang at the Wilbur Theater.
What?
Yeah.
So is your dad a rap fan, or he just knew you would love it?
Both my parents were super rap fans, but they never talked to each other about rap.
What?
Yeah, they didn't talk to each other at all.
That marriage is not gonna last.
It didn't.
All right, see, I can tell you right now. Let me ask you a question. How old are your parents?
My dad's 59 and my mom's 54.
Okay, so they came up with rap then.
Yeah.
Because if you're 20 years, I'm 41, so your dad's 18 years older than me, then he would have got the original, like he would have been coming up with like Sugar Hill Gang and those original.
I do love that.
Don't push me because I'm close to the. Yeah, he would have had that original shit.
Yeah.
He would have been, when he started listening to rap, people like, this isn't music.
Imagine going back in time and rapping with like the Sugar Hill Gang, because they didn't know what they were doing.
All right.
It's like listening to early stand-up.
Dude, also the Sugar Hill Gang, I watched a documentary and they ripped off other, because everybody kind of had like their verse or whatever they did when they were hanging out. And these dudes, they just wouldn't like, oh, those other guys who are really great aren't available. Will you just do that guy's verse? And they're like, well, yeah, we're going to record this. And then boom, it became this giant hit. But really they just stole, like one guy stole a verse from his buddy. The other guy stole a verse from his buddy. So they were just like, you know,
yeah,
but they didn't realize they were stealing it.
How do you feel about like comedians who have writers?
Dude, I don't give a shit what anybody does. I think
that's a great answer.
Dude, this racket, and I don't even mean stand up. I just mean like doing something in the field of creativity. It's like whatever you got to do other than steal. Like if your buddy sucks on stage, but he writes great jokes, but you're great on stage and you suck at writing, why would you not collaborate? Because like in the end of it, it's like, dude, if I wrote something for you and I see you go on stage and you crush with it, I'm going to be like, I mean, I would be upset because I can go on stage, but the average person, like if I was shy, but I like love to write, it'll be like, and I saw you murder with my shit, I'd be like, this is the greatest thing ever. Just like ghostwriters, dude. And like, there's ghostwriters in rap and music and all that other stuff. And they're like, slide it under the door like Brian Wilson, you know, and then somebody like Drake or whoever goes out and does it. It's like, if you're not a performer, but you can write and you see that's like, it's still your baby. It's still your creative thing that you're sending out into the world, you know?
Yeah. It's like having like a band for an artist that the album just goes by their name.
Right.
Like, I don't even want to use rap. I want to use like, I can't, it's like, all right, I can't, Dude. Listen to so much rap that I call musicians non-rappers. So I'll be like, my favorite non-rapper is Kurt Vile.
If you knew how many fat, you know, like fat dudes or fat, disgusting women are singing on your favorite band's album and they just sign an NDA and they say, you can never tell anyone that this wasn't you. And you happen to sound a lot like Miranda Lambert or who, I'm just saying that name, but whoever, who gives a shit? You've made all this money but you can never tell anybody it was you, but like you look disgusting on film. So they're not going to use you. They're going to put some pretty, you know, it's like me. If I could sing my heart out, they wouldn't be like, let's make him the next thing. He looks like shit.
You know the show The Voice?
Of course.
Where it's like they don't judge on looks, but all the people are still hot. They never put any like really ugly people on there.
I know. It's because people, if you're good looking, you're also probably, you know, God just gives you he just sprinkles in all the extra shit because you're like, yeah, look what the fuck I made. Boom, send you off. And then there's people like me and you're like, dude, can I have any attributes? Can I have like...
Yeah, but you're so far. You got to think about the people way lower down the life totem pole who are looking at you.
I'm looking up. I'm looking up at a lot of... I'm like, damn, I could have been a contender.
You still can be.
Nah. Some lady after a show, because I make fun of myself for being chubby, you know? And I was in San Diego and this woman goes, first of all, you're not that fat. Which I was like, thanks. And then she goes, and also SZA was on SNL last night and said that big guys who are over 5'9" and they're over 250 pounds, that's like what everyone's looking for. I'm like, if I wasn't married, sign me up.
Like you could
Yeah.
Well, it's like when I was like 17, you know who Travis Scott is?
Of course.
Travis Scott tried to fuck my girlfriend in front of me.
Really?
Yeah, and I always am like, I think that means I could fuck Kylie Jenner. Like, I think that means I could pull her.
It seems like you might be negotiating in your own mind. You know, you're like, if I get this chance again, I'm going to offer this. Like, you take mine, I take yours, or we all just do it together. I feel like you're planning your next move, you know?
I don't think I could. That seems like a real cuck situation with me and a rapper.
No way. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I gotta.
But you gotta do it for the story. But then you have to drive your girl home.
Yeah.
And she's like, had Hennessy poured all over her.
She's playing Travis's music really loud.
She's like, I never liked this song before, but I really love it. There's champagne poured all over her. She stinks like champagne. And you're just in the car eating a fucking Jolly Rancher being all sad.
Why a Jolly Rancher from the lean?
I just imagine something hard to open, you know? Yeah, you grab the Jolly Ranchers from the lean ingredients on the way out, and then you're just sat in the car trying to open it, and like she gets in smelling like dick and Cavassier.
I love that the only question I have for that story was what flavor Jolly Rancher was. That's the fat guy in me.
Here comes borderline racism. Grape. It's obviously grape. Come on now.
That's my least favorite flavor.
Yeah. Well, it is now that he fucked your lady.
What's your like gross go-to food?
Oh, like something disgusting.
Like whether, yeah, like when you're like not fucked up, but like when you're late after a show and you're like, I just need to like gorge myself.
I mean, that's every meal I ever eat. So, dude, I'm like, I've gotten to the point where I'm like, how many different ways can I have buffalo chicken? You know, working at comedy clubs, like we try our buffalo chicken wrap or the buffalo chicken tenders. It's like, I'm so sick of buffalo chicken, dude.
I love that you just gave the two like most simple buffalo chicken.
But there's, I mean, I can, yeah.
You could have tenders. You could have it in a wrap.
Yeah, that's basically every comedy club in the country has tenders or a wrap, and it's like, but if you don't eat before a show because you're like, I don't want to be up there all bloated.
Yeah,
then I'll just eat afterwards. But then it's 11 o'clock, and you're like, okay. So I'm eating at a gas station, apparently. Like, how many meals have I mean, obviously my body is in shambles, but like how many meals I've eaten in my car or at a gas station? Like those, you ever had a Southwestern, like wrap with the wrap is almost orange.
Yeah, I usually go for the chicken salad.
What's some of them orange wraps? What are those even made out of?
I think they're supposed to be sun-dried tomato.
No, that's just cigarette. It's like cigarette filter paper.
Food is really about the mindset you're in when you eat it.
Yeah.
Like I was at a really fancy restaurant for Valentine's Day. Mm-hmm. Like we were dressed up and I was like, this food is delicious, but it's really just because we're dressed up and there's someone waiting on me that they can't fuck up at all.
Right.
Like the food is probably as good as if I go to like... No, it's not as good, but I could enjoy a quarter pounder with cheese the same amount as I could enjoy the scallops and risotto I had.
Okay, what's the last time you ate while you were crying?
Oh, that's a good question. When's the last time I ate?
And I'm talking a full sob. Like a
oh, I don't know. I haven't done that in a while. Is that a normal thing for you?
Not normal, but I've had a couple divorces under my belt now. Dude.
You had a couple divorces?
Well, like one real nasty breakup that I was engaged to the person, and then a full-on divorce. So you got, there's, that's at least 2 full years out of my life of just crying in my own suffering.
It's so funny. So I was moving my mom's storage unit. There were these 2 boxes next to each other, and the one box said Sam's childhood memory box. And I saw
just opened it. It was nothing. It was just dust.
Well, it's like jokes that write themselves. It's not even a joke because the box next to it just said files from the divorce. And I was like, these are the same box.
You could have saved the box.
These are the exact same.
You open it. It's just someone spitting it. Someone took a shit in the box.
It's a childhood memory box. Oh, yeah.
Why are we saving this?
The divorce was like
if you open up your childhood memories box and it was just a picture of your dad's taillights as he drove off. It was just a death certificate of the guy he hit. Oh, just kidding. I don't know anything about your life.
That happened on Cape.
Really?
This dude jumped out in front of a car.
Really?
And the dude killed him. And this is, I don't know why I'm getting so serious with this. But that ruined, I would not, it wasn't your fault.
Right.
But you now have to live with that for the rest of your life.
Yeah, you did it.
You did. You killed somebody.
Yeah, and you didn't even want to.
No, it wasn't. You didn't even get the pleasure from it.
Yeah, you get all the pain and none of the reward of you planned it out. You know.
I want to talk about these crying foods. When's the last time you cried in the car?
When I ran a kid over that jumped in front of my
He was holding a McFlurry. Just get out and eat it.
Yeah.
You're like, it can't go to waste.
Like, ooh, these are thick.
Do you finish leftovers?
Nah, not really. Like we have a saying in my house, and we go, we're not throwing away perfectly good food. Leave it in the fridge for a few days until it's rotten, then we'll throw it out. Like we just save shit that we know nobody's ever going to eat. It's like, nobody's eating this. Just throw it out now.
Yeah.
Why do we keep this shit?
I'm the type that I don't like to leave food. Like I'll just eat everything just because I don't want to take it home.
Really?
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
I'll eat to the point where I'm like,
Till you're crying.
So yeah. When you asked, I didn't know if it was crying before I ate or
Right.
crying after I started eating.
Yeah, crying from eating doesn't count.
No, and that has happened.
Oh yeah.
That has happened.
When was the last time you ate naked?
Oh, probably like last week. Yeah.
Here's a visual for you guys.
I'm home alone a lot.
Yeah.
You have a family. It would be weird.
Yeah.
It would be weird if you were just like eating buffalo chicken
Yeah.
in the kitchen naked and your family walked in.
It's like, oh, is that tenders or a wrap?
I had buffalo chicken lasagna.
Oh shit.
It was probably the least healthy thing I've ever eaten. Because you got to think, instead of the like ricotta, it's just blue cheese.
Oh, blue cheese is the nastiest thing on earth.
You don't like, all right, podcast over. You're a ranch guy?
I'm not either. When I go raw dog, I go nothing.
You raw dog
And I
your
look 'em-
buffalo wing?
Yeah.
That's why you hate them so much.
I'm eating it and I'm just staring directly at somebody across from me. I'm not enjoying it at all. I'm not dipping it. Nothing.
Yeah, that's why you hate it. And
go-
that's why you hate the wrap, is because it's just lettuce, buffalo chicken,
Yeah.
and an orange wrap that you don't know what it is.
Dude, I'm gonna tell you something. There's this restaurant in my town and they make a buffalo chicken wrap but they have some kind of dill spice ranch shit that goes on it. And it is the best tasting thing. You're like, God damn, they fucking nailed this, dude.
Yeah.
But then 4 hours later, maybe 3 hours later, if you burp, you're like, did I eat out of the garbage? You're like, did I lick a garbage disposal? It's foul. Whatever it does when it gets in there and, gets in with your fucking hemoglobins or whatever. And then when it comes back up, you're like, I ate out of the trash, or like I licked a squirrel's asshole or something.
I've been having the heartburn of like a 50-year-old man recently.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm 25. Well, I have to keep Tums with me.
Yeah, well, the rapper's fucking your lady. You're over there popping a Zyrtec or Zantac or whatever it's called. I need a Prilosec to wash down this lean.
Some Tums. I hate at restaurants.
Are there any Tums in this trap house? That's something you never hear.
Are there any Tums at this trap house?
Do any of you have any Maylocks?
I'm giving a little bit of a headache. Do any of you have an Excedrin? Extra strength.
And they're like, get your boyfriend out of here. We're trying to fuck. Tell him to leave the Jolly Ranchers this time.
Yeah. See, I've gone on dates with girls and I've brought girls around. I'm happy that I'm in a relationship now, so that's not.
You are in a relationship now?
Yeah.
Okay, I was going to ask.
But before, like, girls would go on date. A girl hooked up with me and then asked me to share her music afterwards.
Really?
I'm like, I got 5,000 followers.
To the power of podcasting.
I got 5,000 followers. You're really doing this for 5,000 followers?
That piece of ass cost you your spot in the algorithm.
And I did share her music.
Yeah.
I did end up sharing her music.
Yeah, dude, I've never, that's one of the joys of looking like this. I've never had anybody use me for anything. You know what I mean? They're not like, oh, I could hook up with this dude and get something out of it. like if they're hooking up with me, it's because they're just at their.
I thought you were gonna say because they really like me.
No, they're at their rock bottom, dude. I have numbers to rehabs tattooed on the inside of my legs.
Just so she needs to make a call while she's going down
while
there.
they're down there and they're thinking this has to be rock bottom.
There's a phone number down there. I should call it.
They're like, oh, Betty Ford, and there's. Like, when was the last time you cried while you're eating?
This is just Fat Thoughts and Trap House is the name of this episode.
Yes.
Back to Fat Thoughts, because you're the. I feel like you can relate.
I'm the aficionado of fat stuff.
No, you can walk up a flight of stairs.
Yeah, sure. I might stop in the middle for just pretend I'm checking out something. Like if there's a painting on the wall, I'm like, oh, cool, and then I regroup and go back up.
You became an art fan just from stopping on stairwells.
Yeah, who painted this?
If the elevator's down, you're like, oh, I'll see you guys. I'll just you guys get. I gotta get something from the car.
Wee. Yes. Sorry.
I used to have asthma, and then I started smoking weed, and I lost my asthma. And I went to I still go to my pediatrician.
Dude, you said 9 things in a 8-word sentence. Let's break this down for the people at home, shall we? I used to have asthma. I cured it from smoking weed. I still go to my pediatrician.
Yeah.
I don't know which one of those things is the most fucked up. Why are you going to a pediatrician?
I've been seeing the same doctor since I was like 4 years old.
You just like the satisfaction of having the biggest dick that he's going to see all day.
I don't know. It's the same size as when I was a baby.
I like a guy with an expert in my size.
I can't show this to another dude.
I can't show this dick to somebody who sees full size dicks all the time.
Oh wait, I'll add enough. See, I'm happy you broke down my thoughts because this is the first sober guest I think I've had in about 120 episodes.
Yeah, dude, if I smoked, I would just be sitting over in the corner staring at the wall.
I do still go to my pediatrician, but sometimes I remember the first time I shaved down there, I got like razor bumps.
Yeah.
I went to my pediatrician. He's like, what? He's like, did you shave? I was like, yeah. He's like, don't come to me with this shit.
Yeah.
Like,
if you're shaving your nuts, it's time to stop going to the pediatrician. I think that's the cutoff.
Yeah, I got a yeast infection and I thought it was an STD. I mean, I got it from a girl and I was like, I can't bring this to my pediatrician.
What?
So I brought it to the CVS Minute Clinic.
Oh my God, dude. The plot thickens. First of all, if you're going to the doctor and he goes, pull out your dick, honk, honk on his nose, that's a red flag. Second of all, you didn't want to bring it to the pediatrician, so you just brought it to the CVS, which I don't even know if those are doctors. I think they're just like
nurse practitioners.
You know what? No, you know what they are? They're fucking ambulance drivers that need extra hours, or like an EMT.
Yeah.
And they're like, I don't know, dude. I can put a splint on somebody's pinky or whatever. And then you bring them in, and then you're bringing your rotten dick in there, and they're like, "Look, I gotta go back to school.
I got this doctor from Phoenix Online. Yeah. I can't,
dude. I thought I had syphilis one time, and it was a rash from my laundry detergent.
Really?
So I switched to this hippie ass laundry detergent that my ex-wife used to use, and like all my clothes got washed, and then like I ended up with like it looked like somebody put a sparkler out on my penis. It was so bad. The rash was, Jesus. It was like somebody tried to weld it.
Oh.
And the doctor was like, and I used to do this as a bit, but the doctor was like, this is either like an allergic reaction or a syphilis. I'm like, well, let's root for allergic reaction, shall we? Yeah. But they gave me a shot of penicillin in case it was syphilis, which that's the only thing that kills it, which is penicillin. And they put the thing like in my fucking thigh, like deep. And the thing was a big needle, and put it in. And then he left the room, and I was like, you fucking stabbed me too deep, man. I felt like I was gonna pass out. And then I finally like came back to, and he came back in. He had a note from the CDC. You have to register. You have to like notify every person that you've had any kind of sex with that you have syphilis. And and I used to do it as a bit, but I would say, and I learned something I learned a valuable lesson that day. I learned that people don't like group text messages because I just like, I don't know. I'm going to text everybody at once and say, hey, we have syphilis. And it turned out to not be syphilis. The test came back and it was just a laundry detergent rash.
And you just have to send a follow-up text.
Yeah.
Like, hey, sorry guys.
Like,
I'm just allergic to game.
Yeah, April Fools. Yeah.
Damn. You ever get any STDs?
Fuck no, dude. I'm a serial monogamist. I've had like periods of breakups where I had a breakup one time and I was in shape and I was just, oh man, but I fall in love too fast. So I was like, I'm gonna bang every chick there is. And then I like fall in love so easy that I was just like, oh, fucking just settle down again, you know?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I'm gonna be on a tear. And then I was like, oh, I'll just really care about this person, you know?
Yeah.
Like I want to have a life with them.
No, you're like, oh, wait, do they find me attractive?
Yeah.
I need to lock this down.
This person will tolerate me. Okay, yeah, just stay with me forever.
Being hot probably is such a different life.
It's gotta suck.
See, being a hot dude is probably great. Being a hot female, that probably sucks.
Why
Being a hot female?
Well, yeah, why do you think that? Challenge,
because they're not like, ooh, I want to use my sexuality to get ahead. They just are born that way, and then if people only see them for a certain thing.
No, I don't agree. I think I disagree wholeheartedly. Because, and I don't know anything, so don't fucking email me. But like a dude, even if he's a mutant. You know, even if he looks like shit, he's like, yeah, I'm the fucking man. And even I've, in my experience of knowing women, even if they're gorgeous, they like think that they look like shit. So I think a man is like more of an opportunist where he's like, oh man, I'm about to use this. Like if I woke up tomorrow, like hot, like I was chiseled from stone, I had like a nice strong jaw, you know what I mean? I smelled nice, everything. Yeah. I would be like, okay, I'm going to advance my position while I can. You know what I mean? Do you think
all right, say you woke up tomorrow hot. Yeah. Do you think that would help your comedy career?
I don't know if it would help my comedy career, but I could like host a morning show or something, you know? I could be like Mario Lopez or whatever.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, good morning, you're on the air with whatever, you know? I wouldn't have to, I wouldn't have to do comedy. I don't like good looking comedians. I don't, this is not for you. There's this dude, Matt Rife. Do you know who he is?
Oh, yeah. He's fucking killing it. So handsome.
He's killing it. Women, like, not even just women, girls to women, like older women, they want to do terrible things to this guy. I mean, they do. I think that they would hurt. I think they would hurt him if they had the chance.
Where are you getting this information?
Dude, I know. I'm well connected.
Women want to hurt him.
They do. They want to fucking till it hurts, and they want to get like bang him raw, you know, and hurt his penis. I don't know where I was going.
You just started thinking about his dick and got excited.
You know what I did? I thought, what if he has a big dick too? Of course he does. You know, I'm sure he does. Yeah. But like, I feel like he should be kicked out of comedy. I don't know anything about his stand up, but I don't think that like for me, he's not welcome here because he's hilarious, but like he doesn't need this. This should be for like, you know, he could just walk down the street and just be devoured by a rich woman or whatever. Like he doesn't need to go tell jokes in some dark shithole or in the back of a Fuddruckers or whatever. Like we have to. Like he's just which means he's doing it because he loves it, which is even more reason why, of course, you should love him. But man, fuck man. No, I'm just kidding.
Like I'm in love with him.
I think I'm crushing him. I think I'm gay.
What's worse to you? A super hot person getting into comedy or a celebrity getting into comedy?
Oh, man. So I'm going to say I would rather a celebrity get into comedy and be terrible at it. And I will enjoy that because I like when the wheels come off of something. You know what I mean? I like like I want to stay out at the end of the night until it devolves into chaos,
which it always does.
And I think if you had a show, you know what I mean? You had a show on a network and now you're at friggin' Uncle Goober's Chuckle Hut in the middle of nowhere slinging jokes that you're like, I would see them be like, yes, welcome back to Earth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now you're just slumming it with us pieces of shit down here in the mud, you know?
You see comedy very low. You're like, if they're up there at the calculation, they're nothing. And you're like, you have to be ugly. You have to be shrouded in darkness.
Yes.
You have to.
Dude, this ain't all friggin' fancy. It's like a, dude, I see this as like a dirty thing. Like comedy should be gross.
All right, we'll get into the serious part of the conversation where I think I probably see it differently because I saw it as an escape. When I was young, I would go to Laugh and Nick's every weekend, no matter who the headliner was, and sit front row. And I've been roast like when I was 16, by myself. Like Chase Abel literally had to stay by me because I was too young to be in the club by myself.
Oh wow!
Like Chase, if
Chase Abel's your supervisor, you're in serious trouble.
Yeah, I was fucked. but I just, it was like my escape. Like I was like, my family grew up super waspy. So it was like, you can't share certain things.
Right.
And when I saw comedy, I was like, there's people actually talking about what they really want to talk about.
So in a fucked up way, it's the same as how I see it. It's like you go back to your fancy life, but you come get a little dirt on you, like it's a seedy thing. Comedy's a underbelly. It's a counterculture. It's you know what I mean? And I'm the most vanilla comic on earth, so I shouldn't even be like, oh, it's fucking dirty. But it's like it's something for outcasts. It's something for like, people that see things a different way or think a different way.
Yeah.
And it's like you escaped your house, your fancy ass fucking live, you show up in your...
Excuse me, we're both from the Cape.
You show up in your... Yeah, but I grew up in a junkyard. On Nantucket, so...
I moved from the Cape to Fitchburg, where I lived in a shitty little apartment in Fitchburg.
I literally grew up in a junkyard in the fucking richest zip code on the planet.
In Nantucket?
Yeah. Grew up blue collar and like no money. People are like, oh, Nantucket must be nice. I'm like, dude, you have no idea. Anyways, what I'm saying is it's an escape. It's a counterculture thing. It's a speakeasy. It's a fucking, we're not supposed to be here. It's a club that not everybody's allowed in. So I think I think I've just been on the road for so long that I'm like, no, you got to grind it out. I'm old school like that, but like, it is an escape. I mean, it's an escape too for me. Like escape, you get to choose the light that everybody sees you in. Yeah. So I agree with that. I don't know why I got sentimental just now.
No, it's my, like, I think people, I hate this. I hate talking about how I think people see me. You know what I mean?
I'll fucking tell you.
I know. Trust me, I know. I won't say who, but when I got the Knicks, someone a friend texted me, you just killed you're the death of the Boston comedy scene. I was like, damn.
Yep.
But I grind hard. Like, I don't think, like, I get that. Like, this is my life and I dedicate it, and I see it as a dark thing because I dedicated my life to it, and like nothing is over it.
Right.
Which is like, you have a family, which probably changes how you feel about it.
No, not at all. I just get to set it. I'm just one of the, I shouldn't say lucky. It's a constant battle to like come home and be like just like be at home and be a productive member of a family. But like you do travel to these places and interview people and go to like, I see you all the time. I'm like, all right, he's doing it. That's the thing. Sometimes that's as far as it goes. Like wherever I'm at today, maybe this is as far as it ever goes for me. Which I'm fine with because I'm doing the thing. Been on the road. I've eaten these buffalo chicken wraps in my car. I've done all those things. If it stops tomorrow and I just go back to being a dad, I fucking did it. And I did it to a level that I was proud of, you know? But like, I think it can get like to a point where you're like, oh fuck, this took over my whole life and I got nothing else. And I feel like that's, if I were Uncle B-Glow sitting over here, I'd be like, be careful. Be careful. It doesn't just become everything. Because one day, pandemic comes and the comedy clubs close and you're sitting there staring yourself in the mirror going, who the fuck am I without this? You know?
Yeah.
Damn, it just got real again. I'm sorry.
No, I like that because I think, all right, so I get crazy. The podcast, it brings me up a lot. Yep. Oh shit, I got a lot of people listening to me. Oh shit, I got to talk to someone. But with stand-up, that's what you asked me what I was before. You said, are you a stand-up or are you a podcaster?
Yes.
And I know I'm a comedian, not just because it was I met Jim Gaffigan on my 10th birthday, and I knew then.
Fucking name drop. Oh, shit.
I did. No, I met him on my 10th birthday, and I knew then. But I know
Where'd you meet him?
Because at the house of Melody Tent. The Melody Tent. Okay. And he wrote on on Completely Pale, I think the name of the album is. He wrote To Sam, my best friend.
Oh,
it was just a very nice. It was
probably true at the time. That's the problem.
It was a very nice, but I knew that I was a comedian. Like comedy always humbles me.
Yeah.
No matter how cool of a podcast I get, I can go and bomb.
Yeah.
And it humbles me, and I realize, oh, that's the thing I really want to pursue.
Right. I shouldn't have asked, and that's a mistake that I made, is asking, well, which one are you? Because you're everything. You're both. You're this. You're a podcaster and a comedian and whatever else you do in your other time. And I think that it's short-sighted to be like, well, which one are you? And I just meant like, what are you giving your energy to most? Not
who do you see yourself as? Like, I would never be like, I'm a podcaster.
Right.
That's not who I am.
Right.
I'm a comedian. We were talking about what a comedian being the seedy underbelly shit.
Right.
You know, there's people who walk into rooms and just say crazy shit because they want attention.
Right.
Comedians are those people who are like, well, that's counterproductive to society. So let me try to hone this in a room where people want to hear me say crazy shit. And that is not a normal person thing to do.
Right. Yeah, you got to be a little bit broken. I always say like comedy's the little grass and the flowers that grows in the cracks. Mm-hmm. You got to be a little bit fucked up to want to do any of this creative pursuits like for a living. You know what I mean? Like when you're sitting at home and drawing or like doodling on a napkin, nobody's like, oh man, this is my life. I'm going to do this forever.
But there are people like that.
Really?
There are. I've interviewed so many like famous painters, and that's how they see it.
Really?
But that's why when you asked me who I am, I don't think that's a bad question at all. Because if you ask them who they are, they're an artist.
Right.
That's who they are. That's the path that God or themselves or whoever put them on, that's them. Like to me, I'm a comedian through and through. I'll never change that. I'm not.
It's cool to look at it that way. I think that it's like, maybe I like coil up at if I was ever like, I'm an artist, I would think I would punch myself in the face. But I mean,
but you are a comedian art, and you take yourself so seriously. And I mean artist like a painter, but like you are doing it to a level higher than, let's say, 95% of the people from 95% of the people trying to do it.
Yeah, I think that you know what's crazy is like the pandemic and the shutdown reinforced all of this. Sorry, I'm biting my own skin. This is a moment where I like during the pandemic, I was like, this is stupid. Like it's never coming back. Like I guess that was it. You know, I guess I'll figure something else out. And then on Sundays, I was opening a seltzer, drinking a seltzer, playing a song in my backyard on my ukulele. And I was like trying to cheer people up. And I was like, oh, I bet people need to be cheered up right now. And I was trying to make jokes. And I was like, it like dawned on me. And I went, oh my God, the comedy clubs and the comedy business, you know, stand-up comedy business doesn't own the thing. The thing is trying to cheer people up or like free them from their, you know, stress for like an hour and a half. And I was like, well, shit, I'm still doing it even though the whole world is shut down. Maybe not being very good at it, but the desire to do it is still there. So I was like, in that moment, I was like, dude, I'm a fucking pirate now, because there's never going to be such thing as a comedy club ever again. So now how do I find ways to like get this out? And I was like, oh, fuck. It's more than just like, here's my jokes and I'm going to bring them to the place where they let me do it. I was like, oh shit, this is like, it like took me back to when I was a kid and I was like trying to just make fart sounds and cheer, make people laugh in class or get kicked out of class just for the laugh. And I was like, oh yeah, this is like a pure thing. This is like an uncut thing where I'm like, oh, I want to fucking do this because it's in me and I need to get it out. And I want to cheer people up. And then after that, I was like, fuck everybody. And I did a show with Corey Rodriguez. That's my name drop. Not as big as Jim Gaffigan, but also as funny or funnier.
That wasn't even a name drop.
Yeah, right.
I wasn't even like I was hanging with him.
Yeah. I'm sure your diehard rap fans are gonna be like, oh, fucking Jim Gaffigan. Nice street cred reference in your Subaru Outback.
I'll name drop for the next 25 minutes of the podcast.
But so after this epiphany that I just told you all about, I went and did a show in Worcester, and it was like in the back parking lot of a thing under a tent, and it was outdoors. And I was like, I think I'm going to quit. And Corey Rodriguez goes, nah, now it's the time to level up on these motherfuckers. And I went, yes. And after that, I was like, I'm in, both feet, nothing. I'm not like dabbling. I'm not like doing this as a hobby. I'm in. And ever since then, I was like, all the good things that have come to me that people talk about, or when they bring up when they see me, have all happened because of those two moments I just told you about, where I was just like, became a pirate, it was about what's in me to get it out. And then having somebody be like, no, this isn't the time to quit. This is the time to level up. I was just like, yep, done. Consider it done.
What's that old saying? If you love something, let it go. And if it comes back, it was meant to be. Is that what the saying is, or some version? I think
you're trying to just get okay with that rapper banging your lady.
They never fucked. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. If you love something, set it free. If it comes back, it's yours to keep.
Yeah. So that's literally what you had to do with comedy. If you push so hard for so long, you kind of get jaded. You realize, you forget why you started the thing.
I say all the time to people, I'm like, this is supposed to be fun. I don't know if I've ever been jaded. I just was like losing hope. Maybe that's the same thing. I was just like, this is not going anywhere. But I'd say all the time, like, it's supposed to be fun. You're taking the fun out of it. There's a comedian in the like Providence area, and she's hilarious, and she's super hard on herself, and she's always like, just beats herself up over her bits and how this show went well, but that one didn't. I'm like, you're killing it. You're killing the thing. Because this is supposed to be a childlike, playful thing where you're just being silly. And the person, I'm getting deep here. The person you were before you ever stepped on stage to do stand-up comedy is that person before day one of stand-up has all the tools and all the things that they need to become great, right? It's you're like curious, you're playful, you just want to make people laugh because you like making people laugh. You haven't packed on any adult shit to it, like booking and gatekeepers and money and travel. These are all adult things. But the kid who just went in the back of the class, that kid has enough to carry you through your whole career. And they talk about what your voice is, finding your comedic voice. And it's really just you were this funny person, and you start stand up and you pack all this adult shit onto it, and your voice gets affected by people you see and you want to be like them. And then eventually you get confident enough to shed all that shit and become that kid that you were the day before you started stand up. Does that make any sense?
It does. Did you want to be a stand up? Was that your?
Yes, that's it. The dream for me was never, I want to be on Netflix. Didn't exist when I was a kid. Maybe like the very, very top of the dream would be get an HBO, once a year thing like George Carlin and Sinbad and those people had, or get on some whatever version of Def Jam is by the time I get older, right? All I ever wanted to do was go do stand-up comedy in some strip mall comedy club that was owned by like a guy and his wife. You know what I mean? I didn't know that there was improvs. I didn't know that there was the Comedy Store. I just thought this comedy club's in a strip mall shithole, 2-drink minimum. That's it. That's all I ever cared about. I just want to do live comedy to real human beings. I didn't give a fuck about a sitcom. I never have had any interest in any of that. Was that me?
Yes,
but it was trying to kill itself. Am I choking on my own neck? I was serious. I was trying to be serious.
No. All right. I hope you don't mind me asking this.
Ask away.
What made you start so late then?
So I'm from Nantucket, and I was didn't have any outlet for it. There was like no such thing as stand-up comedy on Nantucket, and I probably didn't come to Boston even in a meaningful way until after I was 18. Like everything I had, dude, I was a fucking big fish. I was like the mayor of Nantucket, dude. I was like, all my friends were there. I'm generational there. So it's like everything I had or wanted was right there. I'm also somebody, like I said, would always be in long-term relationships. So that shit does not line up with, when you're dating your high school sweetheart or whatever, and you're like, I'm going to go be famous. They're like, fuck you are.
Yeah.
So it was just like a pipe dream to me. And then I was dating a girl who I eventually married and then divorced, but she had to come to Boston to finish her college degree at like Bunker Hill or whatever. And she was like dragging me kicking and screaming off Nantucket. So she bought me a stand-up comedy class because I always talked about wanting to do it. And then when I started doing it, I was like, why didn't I do this my whole life? It like every single piece of me was like, this is what I'm going to do forever. And that's what eventually broke us up, because I just dove right in,
Was she upset because she bought you the class?
Yeah, there's definitely a piece of that where she's like got me the thing that took me from her,
Yeah.
But dude, I say this all the time, but like I would be on Nantucket. So we did that for a year, and then I had to move home. But I was still hooked on stand-up. So I would work all day. Like Danny Kelly had a show at Dick Doherty's Comedy Vault over by the by Boston Common, and he was the first one that like gave me any sort of help or like took me under his wing. But he would like, do my show on Tuesday. So I'd work all day Tuesday for my family business, for my parents. I'd get out of work, get on the ferry, is like an hour. Then I would rent a car, drive an hour and a half. I'd come to Boston, park the car, go to the show. Maybe there'd be 6 people in the crowd, maybe 9. Sometimes it was full. I would do the show and then drive back to the Cape, sleep in the rental car, get on the airplane, fly home in the morning, walk to work, do my work all day. And then once I started getting more shows, I would do it multiple days in a row. So I was commuting, sleeping in rental cars from day one.
That's, yeah.
It was brutal, but now it's like I look back and it was like, kind of look on it fondly, because I'm like, I was earning it. I also didn't have the stage time to fuck around and just like wing shit. I had to write better. I had to like take it from my notebook to finished quicker than,
because it's about $300 just to do those 6 minutes.
Yeah.
I think if you don't feel that way about something, then that's not what you're meant to do.
Right.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Like if you're not, it's funny when I got the Knicks thing and the Detroit thing, Cott asked me, like, he was like, what do you think you have? And I was like, I think I'm obsessed.
Right.
And he's like, isn't passionate a better word? And I'm like, no. I think I'm obsessed. I think it's detrimental to other people in my life how obsessed I am, but I think that's why I'm going to make it, and why I know that I've gotten to where I am.
Right.
It's because when I hear that story, I lived in Chatham.
Right.
And I would work from 10 to 7 every day.
Yeah.
And then drive to Boston.
Yep.
Do a mic or 2, drive back, do it again. And I did that 7 days a week.
Right. That's, dude, you're going to look back at that. I mean, you're young still, man. I feel so old, but you're going to look back at that and be like, remember those early days when I was, grinding it out, literally making it happen.
But it's funny that you said you never got jaded, because I think a lot of people, including me, you gave them like the little bit of push they needed.
Really?
Like a lot of people, I think I know, like when we did that show a long time ago and you just said like, keep going.
Yep.
I was just nice. And I always say the thing about the elevator, that you don't have to pull people up, but just send the elevator back down.
Right, just push the button.
That's never left my head.
Yep.
And I think that is why you are doing what you're doing.
That means the world to me that you even remember that shit, because like, I don't know. I feel like that's important. And I don't, like, I'm not where I want to be, right? I'm doing a lot of cool shit that like I get to do because I've worked hard, and I just, have put myself in those things. I don't even like to say deserve, but I've put myself in these opportunities, by creating this space for myself. But the thing I'm most proud of is when I see somebody that I know that I pressed the elevator back to send it back down for them, and now they're thriving. And I can look at the scene, and even though people might be like, oh, this fucking grumpy cunt, and when they see me, I know that I point a little light at them. If I had light on me, maybe I'd push it onto somebody else. And I think that, like, there was another comedian, and she said to me at Brian Higginbottom's funeral, who I loved.
Rest in peace.
I loved dearly. And she said, she was talking to another comedian, and she said, well, if Brian like shines a light on you, it does help in the scene. You know what I mean? If he mentions, like, if I mention somebody, then it helps them get even a little bit of traction. When I look at those standing around a room, and I saw all these people, and they don't go, oh my God, you're my mentor or whatever. It's like, nah, there was a little light, and I just, like, I was taking a lot of it, but I gave a tiny little bit to somebody else, and then they thrive. I'm like, fuck, if I never make it, but they do, I'll feel good about that. I'll watch them. Nothing makes me happier than being passed by somebody, because I'm like, fuck yeah. Because it also makes me feel good about my eye for talent. I'll be like, oh, look at this person. I'm like, I think they're pretty good. And then they do really well. I'm like, shit, at least if I suck at comedy, I can be a good manager, because I pick out people. I'm like, that motherfucker.
Yeah. Well, that shows that you're a real fan of it.
I am. That's why I don't get jaded, because I love watching people. Like, it makes me feel good to watch people live their dreams or their wants. You know what I mean? It makes me feel good even to watch people like succumb to their own desires. I like watching people drink too much. I like watching people try to hook up with somebody. I like watching people come up, and maybe not drink so much that you run over a guy on the Cape, but you know what I'm saying? But like, I love that shit. Dude, I might never make it, dude. I'm past the age that you would expect somebody to be on their way up. You would hope that by the time you're 41 years old that you're there already. That's what your hope when you're young. You're like, fuck, by 40 I'll have made it. But like, I fucking love seeing people crush it and be like, dude, that was cool. I was like I was like a little piece of their story,
Yeah.
Cause dude, I got family at home. I could quit comedy tomorrow and be just fine.
But you did make it. You did make it.
But I don't think we're ever exactly where we want to be.
But that's what keeps you pushing. Like, I remember seeing you when I was 16, and I remember, I don't know how, but I remember someone bringing you up as, he just did an improv in Florida, or he just did, and I was 16, and I literally remember seeing it, being wow, that's a comedian who made it. He just traveled to do comedy. Like, right. I remember that moment sitting in the audience.
Shit. That's crazy to me.
And that was what, 7 years ago, 8 years ago?
That's nuts, dude. But I also think that if you keep the mindset that you're doing it and it's not something you're going to do, like if you keep it in the present, that's what I learned. Dude, I've had a lot of therapy. But if I go like, when I make it, I don't even know if this is for the podcast, but I'm just going to rattle on and whatever. Like, I used to think, when I make it, I'll be happy. But then I shifted my mindset to like, I'm making it. There's a thing that said fake it till you make it. And then somebody crossed off fake it and wrote create it. And then you're like, oh shit, I'm creating, I'm making it. It's not going to happen. It's happening. Yeah. And like, I can't look back at the year that I just had and say, something's not happening. Something's not moving. Maybe this is as far as it goes. That's not up to me to decide. Like, it was just a good year, but like, you have to look at it and go, things are moving, things are happening, not like someday I'll be happy. And I did this thing. This is more of a self-help podcast than anything else now.
This is a self-help podcast. Okay, perfect. It's literally from the beginning always been a self-help podcast. I just happened to interview rappers, and that's what happened.
Okay, well, listen to this. So one day I sat down on my computer and I wrote out the things. Most people say, when I get successful, I'm going to get a car, I'm going to get a watch, I'm going to get a girl, I'm going to get a house, I'm going to get whatever. So doesn't that mean if you have those things, then you are successful? If you're successful if that's your definition of success, excuse me, then when you check all those boxes off, like when you make it, you'll check those boxes off, right? But I go, fuck it. Why don't I just check the boxes off? And then I can look at it and go, well, I must be a success in my own eyes. I laid the whole thing out and reverse engineered it. I went, all right, a person that I would admire drives this kind of car and they have this kind of watch and they have blah, 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 right? So I just bought the car. I mean, I found a way to get the car. I got a watch. Maybe it's not a Rolex, but it's a Movado and it makes me feel confident. And I did it to the detail. The guy smells like this. He looks like that. He wears his, wears this kind of shirt. And I laid it all out and I reverse engineered it. And then at the end of it, I was like, all right, all those things are not what success is. They feel good. I did it all. I checked all the boxes already. Then what? And then it becomes like, well, I want to create stuff that I think is funny. I want to make business moves that make me feel proud of myself.
Yeah.
It takes it away from being this, when I have it, I'll attain these things or I'll purchase these things. That's all bullshit. I have it all. I fucking had it all before I started comedy, to be honest. I have another, I do other shit. I have a different business and came up in a situation that allowed me to be, financially stable before I even started comedy. So I'm like, all right, I have all this shit. Then what? Big fucking deal. I'm not a beast. I'm not revered in this scene as somebody who's a killer who you can't follow. That's what I want. I want people to see my name on a list and go, fuck, I got to go after this guy. And until I have that, then I'm going to keep working harder than everybody else.
Were you fulfilled? Did you feel fulfilled after you did the Wilbur for the first time?
I felt the most profound sadness that I've ever experienced other than the death of a person. Because of the letdown afterwards. To do the Wilbur, and I can get into this, which I don't normally talk about, but to do the Wilbur was such a long shot for somebody like me to do it. But it was when I did it and it went well and it was pretty full considering I'm nobody. The then what feeling after that was fucking gutted me. And I go home at the end of June every year. I go back home and I just kind of regroup. And I was just sitting in pure sadness, which is fucking crazy.
It's not though, because we're talking about like what success is. Success isn't, it's the success is the work that gets you to the thing, because you never feel happy with what you get.
Right.
You always feel that profound sadness.
And it's funny the amount of shit that I've gotten, or just hate, not hate, but just like people be like, oh, the fuck is this? Okay, dude. Like you don't deserve that, or there's other people that deserve it more. And my answer is, I mean, you're right. There are people who are beasts. We are I like, people are like, oh, well, you're not Lenny and you're not this person and you're not, these names that have come out of Boston and all those things. And I'm like, you're right. But I stand on, like they did it so people like us can do it. So the guy after, like I did it so you can do it next time. I'm not like, I'm trying to break it down so that to show like people like us, even if we're not huge names, can sell tickets. Did I get put in a position that most people don't get to be in because of my relationship with opening for Bob Marley? Absolutely. But like, you don't get what you deserve. You get what you negotiate for. And I just, like my buddy goes, well, anybody could have done it. Like there's a friend of mine. He said, anybody could have done that. What's the big deal? I said, the big deal is you're right. Anybody could do it, but they didn't. I fucking laid my nuts out. I had to take a risk. Dude, if that didn't go well, do you know how stupid I would have looked? In front of fucking everybody, I would have been like, oh, you think you can sell the Wilbur and you sold fucking 100 tickets and they canceled it? It was like, yeah, anybody could have done it, but they didn't. I did. And I decided to write my own story. I'm changing the path of my own career. I'm an independent artist. I hate saying artist, but like I decided to be a pirate and that was part of my plan, and people can hate on it, but how can they not look at the whole work that I've done? How can they not see that how many meals I've eaten in my car and how many times how many relationships I've left at the altar of this thing and how many funerals I've missed and birthday parties and how many nights I didn't tuck my daughter in so that I could be at the fucking, some comedy club or some one nighter or whatever. It's like, there's fucking gods from this scene. Lenny Clark lives here. There's fucking a million people that should have done that night instead of me, but I did it.
You know how you were talking about who makes you happy? Like seeing people come up makes you happy.
Yeah.
Seeing people work hard makes me happy.
Right.
It doesn't matter what you do. You could be making spoons. Like,
right.
It doesn't, but if your work, because I know what hard work takes and you know what hard work takes.
Right.
That is what makes me happy. And that's what it is in the end.
Right.
Like you created a blueprint that people either could get mad at or they can follow.
Right.
I feel that with me. Like I sold 30 tickets at Detroit House of Comedy. That's not many people. That holds over 200 people. I sold 30, but I created a blueprint that, okay, maybe do it better than me. Create a podcast that's bigger than mine, better than mine. Do that. Sell more tickets than me, please. Like no one's showing me the way, so you show me the way.
Right.
Like,
and it's also 30 more tickets than the hater who says, fuck Sam Buck sold.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's easy to get stuck in that. And it's easy to, like, for the old, I guess if I like wanted to say something that people heard, I would like the older people who have been around for a while who didn't like me or didn't like that I did that or whatever. It's like, I don't have anything but love and respect for the people that came before me. There's no bigger fan of Boston comedy. I mean, there are, but there's no bigger fan of Lenny Clark than I am. There's no bigger fan of Tony V and, those guys, like those guys who are like legends from Boston that are back or are still here. Like I fucking love those people. I'm doing it so that maybe someday a younger comic like you or younger will maybe see me as like somebody like how I look at them.
But I do, like I did and I do. Like that's that's how I saw you, Noonan, Bulger. Like even
Dan Bulger is a fucking beast. Will Noonan is a beast. Dan Bulger, I think is, sorry I interrupt, but I just wanted to throw some light on them. Dan Bulger is world-class joke writer and should be revered as such. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
And that's, he's coming on the podcast, so I'll let him give his story.
Yeah.
But he doesn't like care. He's just funny.
Right.
He's just naturally one of the best, and he works hard, and he just does what he wants to do. He doesn't care about any of the other stuff.
Right, which is how we should all be. We should all just be trying. Like Dan Bulger, all Bulger gives a fuck about is writing the best joke.
Yeah.
He doesn't. I mean, I don't know him well, but I like him and I respect him. But at the end of the day, what he's concerned with is getting the joke out in its best form.
It's like Dave Attell versus Kevin Hart.
Right.
Kevin Hart's the highest selling comedian of all time, but Dave Attell knows how to write a way better joke.
Right.
You know, like
yeah. I mean, if you put like if you put me next to somebody like Bulger, or you found my notebook and you found Bulger's notebook, you'd be like, okay, one of these guys is a fucking nitwit and the other one is a genius. But if you put us on the same show, you're gonna get a great show. You know? That's what I love.
That's what I do love about comedy too.
I would rather go before Bulger, you know, because I'm gonna look like an absolute fucking moron after he goes up, being like smart and like talking about things that are like important, and then I go up and I'm like, man, my family. You know? I love my kids.
Is that how you see yourself?
I think that I don't think that I've probably scratched the surface yet of what I'm gonna be. I think I talk about what I care about and what I'm familiar with, and that's being a dad and a husband and fucking up a bunch of relationships. And I don't talk about politics, and I don't talk about things that I don't know about, because I'm not crafty enough yet to not hurt people's feelings. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Or to like my whole point is to bring people together, and I'm not crafty enough with that kind of material to not drive a wedge, you know?
Yeah. And
I'm like, until I'm good at it, or until I'm on a stable platform where I'm confident enough that I can say what I mean and be heard and have it stand the test of time, then I'm fine talking about the things that I'm confident and comfortable with.
You say this is the like biggest you could get, but it's not, you know, not with that mentality.
Well, I think that
if you're saying just scratching the surface, you know that you have a long way to go.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think I've said anything important yet. I think I've said a couple funny things. You know, I think I've said some, like, if you come to see my show, it's a fun time, but I don't know if I've dug in. I've dug in more to my own personal, how I actually feel about shit on this podcast than if you came to see me tonight. And I would like to get those two things closer to each other. That's my goal going forward, is to like get a little, not have it be up on a soapbox or whatever, but like there's more to me than I'm showing, and I'm like excited about going forward to do that, you know?
Yeah, but also you're the kid who makes the fart noises.
Right. But I can be both. I just know there's more than, I mean, if you feel that you've said all there is to say, you should quit.
Yeah, saying something important. I've never heard that. Yeah, I've said things that are funny, but I've never said something that's like...
And I don't mean profound, important, like, I mean, if somebody in my shoes hears it, you know, younger me or other me hears it and goes, oh, fuck, I can let myself off the hook for how I feel about myself because he said that about himself. You know what I mean? That's where I believe if I have any depth, I think that's where it is. And like, even in this podcast, somebody might hear it and be like, oh, fuck, I didn't think of him. I thought I was the only one that thought that, you know? That's
what I did this for. When I started the podcast, it wasn't a rap podcast. It was a self-help podcast because I was in such a dark place at the beginning of quarantine, drinking, just being bad, that I needed to hold myself accountable. And then I started interviewing rappers and talking to them about self-help. Yeah. And it kind of grew. And then I interviewed West Side Gun, who was my favorite. The person I was like, if I could interview anyone in the world, it would be West Side Gun. He's only done 12 interviews in his whole life.
That's so crazy. I love that about this whole thing.
And he came on the podcast and I felt such a profound sadness. Mm-hmm. I felt such like what am I even doing this for? I just did what I wanted to do. Yeah. And then I was like, wait, but why did I start it?
Right.
I started as a self-help podcast to hold myself accountable.
Right.
Why am I not doing that?
Right.
So like I've stopped interviewing the biggest rappers I can get.
Right.
Because I can get huge names, but I don't care about that. I care about the self-help. I care about the people I look up to. I care about the people who shaped me to being who I am, which you are one of those people.
Dude, that's just so awesome to hear. It's so crazy. Like when I saw you, I saw you interviewed Janelle last week, or it came out last week. And I was just like, oh man, I gotta sit down with him and talk. Cause I mean, I have a immense respect for Janelle and her hustle and her story. And I was just like, fuck man, when's it my turn? I gotta get on that Bucked Up podcast.
And we made it work. And you're driving to Florida right
Tonight.
now, which shows the grind. Like,
well, this one's not a grind. I need time off. I need time off. I need time to reconnect with my family, dude. I've been on the road nonstop. I haven't spent more than 3 days at home in a stretch since probably October. Damn. Yeah, dude. I drove to Florida for shows. I did shows, and then I had a funeral in LA I had to go to. So I got up in the morning after doing shows the night before. I got up in the morning, got on the plane, flew to LA, got to LAX at 10:30 in the morning, rented a car, drove to Ventura, did the funeral, went to the after party, had 2 Jack and Cokes, back in the rental car, flew home, got in on the red eye in the morning, went to my parents' house, slept for like a couple hours, got up, did 2 shows that night, then went out with a comic from Boston and drank all night until like 4 o'clock in the morning. And I'm still, like, you can hear it in my voice, I'm still sick. I just flew to San Diego and back within 2 days. I'm killing myself, but man, is it fun.
and that's the point that you'll be looking back on.
Yeah,
like,
right, I hope
you
so.
have this space. Like,
Yeah.
you are on a different push than you were before, and that's that's awesome to see that you're not slowing down, you're speeding up.
Dude, I'm just so motivated to like I showed myself what I can do with some focused effort. Like it's such a long within however many months I got to do the Wilbur because the guy who owns the Wilbur saw me with Bob Marley, and he said, he goes, how can I like help your career? And I said, I want the Wilbur, and he laughed at me. But then we built a working relationship over the next couple of years through COVID and whatever. And I was like, dude, I'll hustle. I can do it. I've sold 600 seats at Nick's in a weekend. I sold 300 seats twice. I'm like, shit, that's not that bad. And that was years ago. I'm like, I can do it. I'll sell the shit out of it. I mean, fuck it. It's basically 1,000-person bringer, but if you hustle, you can do it. And from the Wilbur, I got a theater in Rutland, Vermont. And that's a 800-seat theater that we just did. And we didn't sell it out. We sold like 500 seats. I'm doing another one in Vermont. I did one in Manchester, New Hampshire. It's activity breeds activity. I'm like, well, fuck it. I'm just gonna go where it takes me, And I think it's important to show yourself like, oh fuck, I can do it. This shit is not unattainable.
Yeah.
If I did it this year, then somebody else will do it next year. I mean, I'm doing it this year, so fuck you. But there will be someone else who takes that and does it even better. And they that's fucking awesome to me.
You're creating a blueprint, and people can either be mad or inspired.
Yeah, I'm trying to I'm not trying to take anything from anybody. I'm not trying to take any light from anyone. I'm just pointing some at myself.
How is that? People think there's a limited amount of spots, and that's
Right.
so stupid. That's
Dude.
so stupid. Do you know how many TV shows there are online? And I got 400,000 people last month listening to my webcam podcast. It's like there's unlimited spaces for everyone to win.
Let me tell you something. When you do Nick's Comedy Stop, and Nick's Comedy Stop is a major milestone from anybody from here. There's people who go, Sam got a weekend at Nick's Comedy Stop? Man, fuck Sam. Because they think if you weren't there, then they would be there. But they wouldn't. They wouldn't.
No.
They go, fuck him, he took my spot. It's like, well, if he drops dead tomorrow, they're not calling you to fill in for him. They're calling somebody else. And until you are the phone call then don't worry about it. I can't be mad at somebody for getting a thing that I want because they didn't take it from me. That's a scarcity mindset. That's a fucking, you have to look at things from a position of strength and from a position of abundance.
Yeah.
We're like, So there's 52 weekends in a year. If Dane Cook drops dead tomorrow, that doesn't mean you're getting his weekend. So just work hard. Just fucking work. I don't know why he's Dane Cook. It's a fucking reference.
But
That's
anybody,
show him age.
anybody.
But Dane Cook gets that kind of hate. It's like if Dane Cook's not famous tomorrow, that doesn't mean you're going to be famous.
Yeah.
There's something for everybody. There's room for everyone to carve out a thing. And if you're pissed that somebody I'm pissed at Sam Buck for getting Nick's comedy stuff. Was I going to get the weekend if he didn't get it? No. Okay, then shut the fuck up and go write some jokes.
Yeah, yeah, because shit, if you're mad at me, what are you obsessed with like I'm obsessed with rap music? Interview as many people as you can in that.
Right.
And then you'll get it. I'm giving you the blueprint.
Right.
Talk to the people you're obsessed with and you will get everything you want.
Right.
Like,
when I see somebody that I'm like chasing, like to me, Lenny Clark is the top of the food chain from the region.
I got to open for him last week and it was an honor. It was crazy. He murdered and I got to do 15 minutes before him.
He's a legend. He's a king. He's the king of a style. He's the ground zero of a style that's spread through the fucking world. The Boston comedy style is extracted from that guy's DNA. And we get to watch that dude. You can drive up Route 1 and see the guy at a comedy club sometimes. Like, we have that greatness around us. And like, I don't look at him and be like, I'm going to fucking topple that guy and take his spot. I'm like, holy shit. I get to ride in the wake of a giant. I get to ride behind somebody like that and just follow behind in their greatness. I love that shit. I fucking love it.
Dude, this has been amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I really appreciate you making the time.
Hell yeah.
Everything you've done. And if you want to plug, you're at the Wilbur June 24th.
Yeah, June 24th. Tickets at beglowcomedy.com.
Anything else?
Yeah. I mean, people all over the place. Just go to my website. If you're listening to this and you're some weird corner of the country, I'll probably be in your town. beglowcomedy.com for tickets to shows all over the country.
Man, you can find me at Nick's Comedy Stop, April 28th and 29th.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Hell yeah.
Peace out, everyone.
Yeah. Hey.